My name is Jack. I created Intergalactic Ace, and I'm going to show you what you will get when you order a copy of the game. First, the game will arrive in a box similar to this one. We will be shipping all of the games in either repurposed boxes, like this one, or boxes that we cut from salvaged cardboard sheets, like this one, that I cut from an old Amazon box. That way, no new cardboard has to be produced to make our shipping boxes. Inside the shipping box, we have the actual game box, which is fully printed on the outside with this beautiful design. We can see that it is meant for 2 to 6 players. The game takes around 20 to 30 minutes, and that it is intended for players 10 and up. Now, we open up the box and see what's inside. We have a deck of cards in its own little box, a bag of wooden pegs, and a bag of these little red ships that are used to mark the kills that each player gets. We have a nice booklet of printed instructions. We have 2 dice. And finally, we have 6 player ships in beautiful colors. You can see they fit quite well within the game box. I'm going to pass all of these ships under this camera here so that you can get a closer look at them. The ships are used to track the stat levels that each player has. These ships can come into play in different ways when the players are fighting enemy ship cards or occasionally fighting each other. With each ship, you use 7 of these stat pegs to keep track of the stats. They just mark the current level of each statistic. I'll show you how that works in a bit. Now, let's look at the cards. First, there are 4 cheat sheet reference cards to remind new players of the basics of the rules. At the start of each game, each player gets one of these 8 starter cards, and they will set up their ship to match the stats on those starter cards. On this particular card, we see that this ship would get 2 weapons, 4 cloaking, 2 maneuvering, 3 speed, 3 fuel, and 2 shields. Ships always start with 0 scans. On their turn, players can improve their ships by using upgrade cards, which are these 22 green cards. Players will flip one over and then add all the stats on that card to their ship. So we will add 1 weapon, 2 cloaking, 2 maneuvering, 1 speed, and that's it for this card. Most of the starter cards will look like this, but there are a couple of them which let you choose which stats you would like to add, like this one, for example. There are also enemy ship cards for players to fight. When a player chooses to fight an enemy ship card, they could gain a kill, which are the points used to win the game, or they could suffer damage to their own ship and lose stats. If a player gets a kill from fighting one of these enemy ship cards, they receive one of these red kill markers and add them to their ship. When a player gets to 5 kills, they become an ace and win the game. When setting the game up, each player gets one big ship 7 stat markers, 5 kill markers, and a starter card. Once the starter stats are transferred to all of the player ships, all of these starter cards go back in the box, whether they were used or not. Then the other 2 card decks are placed face down in the middle of the table. As these cards get used, players will discard them next to their corresponding draw piles. When a draw pile runs out, just shuffle the discard pile, and it becomes the new draw pile. When starting the game, roll to see which player goes first, and that player will receive the starting player token. The only purpose of this token is to remind everyone which player went first, so that the final round can be completed correctly. That's it for what's in the box and how to set your game up. For how to play the game, watch our How to Play video.